Hi guys, what's up? It's such a bright sunny day and I'm at such a beautiful location. And today we are going to talk about something very different. What if dance was never about being perfect, but about finally feeling like you belong in your own body? Welcome to Between the Counts, where movement becomes mindfulness and a dance class feels like home before it feels like technique. Today's guest is the creator of a space where people don't just learn choreography, they come back to themselves. And today we are asking one question: why do people come back to their class? Why does it feel like as if it's their home? Why does it feel like they belong there? So let's begin the podcast. Today we have Anita Prakash with us in Between the Counts, who has been through a beautiful journey of her own in dancing, healing, and also growing a huge community in New York, New Jersey. Wherever she goes with her dances and twirls, she just creates a beautiful magic of her own.
Hi, thank you so much, Dhruvi, for having me. My name is Anita Prakash. I'm the dance director of Happy Feet here in New York, New Jersey. Let's begin the podcast.
So, Ani, today I want to start from the very beginning. So, what do you think is the real reason people walk into your class for the first time?
I think the personal connection is what I would say because every time everybody walks into class, my main motto is to know each and everyone's name. The personal connection when I'm teaching the choreography, when I'm explaining something by bringing out their names and giving them that personal touch is what I think matters a lot. And I also believe in hyping everybody up because that is what we are here for, right? So people come to walk into class where they don't know each other in class. Sometimes they don't even know me, right? They haven't taken my class and they're walking in for the first time. So I want to bring that space, a safe space for them so that they understand, they move with me, they understand how I teach, giving them a little shout out saying that, okay, watch them do it now, watch this person do it now. I think that is what makes them feel more comfortable and want to come for class. And again, like I said, safe space. So that's why the students come for class.
Just
Yes.
you just make it flow very beautifully. So thank you
Yeah.
for that.
Yes. I think, like you said, knowing they come for 2 hours of class, it doesn't mean that they need to get the step right then and there, right? The whole point of being in that 2 hours of space is just being with each other, getting to know each other, getting to learn something new from each one of them. I think that energy is what everybody takes back, I guess. So,
Yeah, that definitely is the reason. I think that is why so many people feel so comfortable in your class. So when it comes to building a space where everyone belongs in that space, like how are you building that community? What are your thoughts? Like what goes in your brain?
what goes in my brain? Oh my God. Okay, let's say this. So I think dance heals everyone, right? So, like I said, there are so many people who are coming to class. Maybe they would have had like a bad day at work. They would have had a bad, whatever their personal thing that must be going on. But the minute they step into class, this is what I tell even in class, that to disconnect with everything and start to move and experience what dance and the music going to make them feel better and more positive. So I always get this point in class by saying that, forget what has happened in your day. We are all here to breathe in and just enjoy for what we are here for. So I think that is something that I keep bringing it again and again so that they understand and we work towards it like we're together. Even goes with me. So even if I've had like a long day or a busy day or whatever stress that I'm in, I think by just being in class and looking at the students, I think that's what makes us feel together and we work towards it.
You are in a dance class. You're here to enjoy. That's what it is at the end.
Yes,
And
that's so true.
what is it like? I know that most of the classes you try to make reels with students at the end or at the beginning. Like what is the idea behind that? Like is it fun? Is it trends? Is it just casual?
I think I need to tell you this. So nobody knows about this. So they're learning 2 hours of dance choreography already, and they're already stressed out because they already know that there's a videographer who's coming to shoot them. So the whole point of making a reel and making it a little simple choreography and giving them that chance of that saying that you can do it, like pushing them to do a little more is what I say that that's what they even like about. So even if you've learned the choreography, you do what you want to, but the reel is something that is going to be a fun part of it. So just groove with us and just have fun because that's what we're here there for, right?
Yeah.
So just for the vibe and to have fun. So
We always leave like with the biggest smiles after your class, or we are just laughing with you. It's a fun time.
yeah, everyone asks me that, oh my God, you had 2 hours of class, you taught the choreography and then you shot a reel. But I'm like, yes, I think there is time for giving them more, right? Like, why not? Like, I teach class thinking that that's a party that they're coming for. You know, that's their first and the last class. Like I always teach in a way that, you know, this is what you're entering for, this is the party that you're coming for, and we end this party with a bang. So there's always a party vibe in all the pop-ups, I would say.
It is what people need in feeling better after the end of their day. And do you believe in mindfulness and movement when it comes to, like, sorry, I'm going into a little depth here, but like, because when we take like your classes, which are like lyrical hip hop or contemporary, they are not just like regular movements. Like, you teach us to be present in that moment. So, that presence, is that also mindfulness that you're teaching us?
Yeah, I think what I teach is what I am learning also. So when I'm explaining something, like you said, it is not about technique. I think it's way beyond technique, I would say, because technique, yes, we need to keep technique in mind, but the song, the emotion, the storyline, I think that is something that comes naturally to me, especially if I've choreographed a song which demands that. I think it naturally flows and it's easy for me to tell the students to and make them feel the same. So I think musicality, the music, the emotion, I think dance just takes over everything with the whole aspect of that. So I think that's what I try and do in class with especially contemporary and everything, more focusing on technique and focusing on emotion, because you need to emote more in that particular kind of style. So,
Yeah. So, as you said that you are trying to focus more on on their emotions. So,
yes.
when you teach them and you tell the students to do the run through, so what are you looking in them when they are moving during that run through? Like, is it actually trying to bring them into that awareness, their breath, or the release of energy? What is that, or is it like a combination of all?
I think it's a combination of all. But like, say for example, I've given just a line of saying, enact that there is something really flowing through your hand. Okay, it could be anything that is flowing through your hand, and show me how you would emote that. So it could be like water passing through and like a teardrop dropping. It could be anything. So the way they express that, and each one comes up with their own way of storytelling of how they would want to show that. It could be a, like I said, it could be like a water flow that's happening. It could just be like a dupatta flowing or like a veil flowing or anything. So it's their interpretation of what they want to show, but it's just beautiful to see each one of them coming up with their own storyline. And I think that's what I learn personally from my students, because I'm just not teaching. I think at the same time I'm learning from them as well. So that's what brings out the best in class with especially the contemporary and lyrical hip hop.
Yeah,
So I
it's
just
like a
love that style, because I think, like you said, it's more emotion, it's a lot of control with your body, and you're just flowing. I
Yeah.
think control and flow, I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah.
it's like a give and take, right, in the class.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that is so, that is so beautiful. So why, let's get back to this real question. Why do people keep coming back to your class? Is it the choreography that you teach, or is it something deeper, like, you know, how you said, like emotions, feeling seen, like
Yes.
making them feel lighter in their body?
Yeah, I think this is every time I walk into a class, I ask them, "Hi guys, welcome to class, and what have you all come today for today's class for? Have you all come for the choreography, the song, or for me?" I just like wink at myself like that, and they all say all three.
Yeah.
And but I think it's the, like I said, it's the safe space, one. And then second is knowing your student is so important. Like it just feels so special. You have no idea, because anyone who walks in, rather than just saying, "Hey, you, can you just move here? Hey, can you come back?" More than saying that, by just going and asking them that, "What's your name? Great to have you in class," and then saying that, by calling out their name in between the class when you're teaching. I think all these personal things matters a lot, because I think that's what makes them feel like coming back to class again, because they know that, oh wow, my teacher recognized me, or even for that matter, they'll be like, oh, today my teacher took my name.
Yeah.
So I think that personal touch is really important, because again, like I said, we're just not going to go teach and go back home, right? You are coming there for something, like you are learning. It's a give and take, like you said. So I'm giving them choreography, and I'm also taking back something from them. So I think it both ways. Like even when students say that, we come to learn the choreography, we came for the song, we came for you, but I've also come for something at that point. So yes.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why people in your community are so warm and so loyal to you. They just want to protect you and your energy at any cost. They're like, oh no, Ani is our teacher, and that's what we are going to do for her. You recently had your first show. How was
Yes.
it?
Oh
Do
my
you want to share
God.
something about that?
Yes, I still have like goosebumps, and it was too overwhelming. Like, I mean,
Oh.
the amount of energy, the amount of love, and my dance team here at Happy Feet. Oh my God, the instructors, everything that went behind to make the show look successful was everything. And I think more than me believing in myself, I think my team, my students, and the parents, they all believed in me so much that I was able to put up this show. And again, like I said, I would not be able to do it without my team. And I think they were the backbone of, they were the constant help that was needed to make this show look really good. And you came for the show. So
Yeah.
tell me, how did you like it?
It was so much fun to watch.
Did you
all the
miss dancing on
songs.
stage?
Yeah, I did miss it a lot. I had to control myself so much. I was like, I kept shaking my feet. I was like, shit, shit, shit. I'm just gonna stand up and I'm gonna go dance with them. But I'm like, no, no, no. Let's just record it. It was so good to see you all just kill it on that stage. It was a very, very beautiful first show, and so many more to come to you. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you. I think the highlight of the show, I would say, was, all the fathers coming on stage and dancing. Oh my God. That was unreal.
Yeah.
Like, because we wanted to celebrate the Father's Day. And why
Yeah.
not? We're closest to the Father's Day. So why don't we just do that?
Yeah.
So all the fathers got on stage and they were having a blast. And
Yeah.
of course, all the mommies were laughing behind the scene, looking at them. And, but yes.
It was fun. It was fun to watch them kill it. Like
Kill
the
it,
way
yes.
you guys start on stage, it was so cool.
Thank you. Thank
So
you.
when it comes to your stage show and things behind the scene, what was like the fun times that you guys had, or what was like the funniest times, I would ask?
Funniest. Okay. I think the fun time is like right now also I'm missing is the rehearsal that goes behind. The when you know that you're putting up a show, there's so much that goes behind, right? Like, making sure that everybody is prepared for the show. Firstly, that starts with you knowing all the choreography. What is your work going to be? Where are you entering? Where are you exiting? What costume are you wearing? And making sure that all the other instructors are a part of at the same time. So it's just not me running the show, right? It's our show. It's not
Yeah.
my show. So like I always say that it was our show which made it happen. So making sure that all the instructors are equally putting in their effort and equally seen. I think that is something that I have always believed in is making sure that everybody gets equal stage presence of their, and when they enter, what they do, what are their work going to be. I think that is something that we really worked on, I guess I would say. And yeah, I think that's funniest part was like I think making mistakes, I guess, in your rehearsal and going back and forth, forgetting the choreography, repeatedly doing again and again, and making sure we get perfect with the steps and choreography just to make sure that everything goes smooth. So
Yeah, even your kids, like the little preteens, they did so well. They were so adorable on the stage.
yeah. I think we had like the youngest age group, which was, I think he was 3 years old. Oh my God, he was so adorable. And I think everybody loved watching him on stage. So I think that's the best part about it, right? Like teaching the dance to a toddler, to an adult who is like 65 years old. Oh my God. Like it's like all age groups. So I think they bring out the best. So when everybody says that, oh my God, you have so much energy, I think the energy comes from them.
Yeah.
So that's what you take back, I guess. So
Yeah. As like the only point of contact, how do you feel? Like how, because I know like as a person, everyone and anyone is reaching out to you, from students, parents, instructors, vendors, all of them are reaching out to you. How do you feel about that? Like I know it's very heavy to take at one point, it gets stressful. Like how do you manage that? How do you come to your own self, your own core? What is that?
yeah, I think also, like you said, I know even though I'm the contact person for everything, I think also what helped was to delegate work amongst ourselves, amongst our team, and not just making me as a point of contact. I think that's what also helped during our show, because then it's not too much of stress or burden to me. Like I said, that's why. So each one was taking care of their things, of what they need to get it done. It is stressful, it is overwhelming, but you got to do what you got to do. So like this is what I've been always living and dreaming for, and finally it happened. So like I would have taken a step back and gone back to India and like been with my parents and started something new. But I think what made me stay back is my mother, because I think she plays a really important role in my life. I think her constant, push. Every day I used to wake up saying that, do you think I can do this, mom? I think I'll just, come back to India and then, we can figure it out. Yes, of course, she wanted me to be back in India and then, start something new there or whatever. But I think also she said that there is so much love that is been given to you in US from your students there. So I think you need to like stay back there and do something of your own so that, you will be valued and you will be respected more for what you've been doing. So I think that is what made me stronger, I would say, to be able to do all this and try and be the, how do I say it?
Like
Try and be
being to
the
your
center
core. Yeah.
to make sure that everything runs smooth.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. Instructors in your company, they have achieved such a beautiful show because you rightfully gave them the freedom to shine in their own category. Not everyone gets that opportunity.
Yeah.
So you being like a perfect mix of a boss, or I don't know, just a friend who is giving all these people opportunities to grow,
Yeah.
who have been waiting for I don't know so long to get something like this.
Yeah.
It is hats off to you, because I think that's why they preach and they just love you so much in order for you to give them that chance.
Yeah.
And that chance is important.
You are saying absolutely right, because I think that is so important. Like you said, the chance. I think if you like stop back and think about it, everybody needs a chance, right? Everyone needs to step up, be there, be seen. I think, and appreciation. I think that is the one word I would say, that appreciating the art, appreciating the person, appreciating for who they are is really important, and for whatever they've done. So I think this is what I have learned from past few years, is that being there for them as a friend, as a boss, as everything, and just letting them be and do what they want. When everyone comes and says that, I want to take this pop up, I want to take this song pop up, there's never a no. There's always an S. There's always a trial and error. You need to do it. And again, there's no good or bad.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay. So we need to think that and do that. I think that's when everything will fall in place, I guess, because I think that's what I believe in.
Yeah.
So, like I said, appreciation is very, very important. This is what I tell even in our pop-ups, even in to our regular students who come, that appreciate each other.
Yeah.
So when you appreciate each other in the dance community, even if you're 6 people in class, even if you're 25, 50 people in class, we appreciate, then it goes back to the world.
Yeah.
So, and then people start appreciating. So I think that's very important.
Yeah, that is actually very correct, because sometimes they just take dancers very lightly, or they say
Yes.
they think that they are like at the bottom of this chain, this industry, but no, like dancers have been utilized in so many different things.
That's true.
And not giving them the correct appreciation or the correct amount of visuality in wherever they are need to be seen, it's just a shame on whoever is not utilizing those artists like that. So
Yes.
it's literally kudos to you for giving them that benefit, giving them that second chance or first chance, whatever they needed in their life. Because of that, they were shining so bright on that stage, shining like even behind the scenes, whatever they
Yes.
do on their social media. It's just so beautiful. So I hope we find more bosses like you. So with that, we are going to
Yes.
come to our rapid fire session.
Oh my God. I've already got an award here.
It is the award from Between the Counts. A mic
Yes,
to you.
yes. Thank you.
Only good vibes.
Yes, please.
All right, let's begin. So, one word for your class vibe.
One word for my class vibe is energy, positivity.
Positivity.
Yeah,
Lovely.
positivity. Let's take that.
So, what about dance? Is it expression or discipline?
Expression and discipline. I think both. Like having a discipline with expression.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. That was a smart answer. What do you choose? Counts or chaos?
Counts.
Counts, okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
With Between the Counts.
They love it. Beginner energy or trained dancer energy? Which inspires you more?
I think the beginner energy. I'll tell you why. Because the beginners are coming there for the first time. So their energy is completely different because they're new, they're fresh, they want to learn.
One feeling every student should leave with.
one feeling that every student should leave with. Feeling positive about when they leave, saying that I have earned something, I've got something right. So
Yeah, lovely, beautiful. Favorite part of the class? Is it warm up, choreography, or freestyle?
freestyle. No, no, no.
Freestyle.
I think workout is as important as everything. Because the freestyle I would love more because, you know, when we finish the choreography, whatever's been taught, the last freestyle that the students do, oh my God, I wait for that.
Yeah.
Like, I want to learn that freestyle. Like, you know, like I want to learn it from them because each one comes up with it. They feel so comfortable by the end that they are all going all out with it. They
Yeah.
feel like they're in a club dancing, grooving. They feel like nobody's watching. This is what I also tell. Dance like no one's watching you. So I think they do the same thing. So I think
Yeah.
freestyle.
Yep, everybody's personalities come out there.
Yes.
So, do you think music comes first or movement comes first?
Movement. Because I think, you know what, this is a very silly thing. So I wake up in the morning and I just, there's no music, but I start moving on my own just to feel a little relaxed. So I think movement, and then you add on to the music. I think movement is what I would say.
Nice, lovely. Because there has been so many conversations before where people say that without music there's no movement, there's no dance. It's about what you feel.
What you feel, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, you're flowing. There's something called as a cappella. I don't know if you know. So where you create music. So a cappella is like, you know, like stomping, making noise with your hand or the things that you have and creating music so you can move.
Yeah.
So like I said, there doesn't have to be music. It's the movement that is first, I would say.
How do you keep up with teaching the choreographies to students? Like in this world, like now that you are a dance director, there are so many dance moves, dance forms that you know of. So, how do you train yourself in order to train your students?
Yeah, I think that is very important, Dhruvi. Like you said, training yourself. I think this I would tell any teachers that, you know, first you need to train yourself simultaneously when you're teaching, because what happens is when you become a choreographer and a teacher, your dancing level also drops. I'll tell you why. Because you're teaching in class. You're not dancing throughout every time when they are dancing, because you're watching them if they're getting the steps or not getting the steps. So you dancing is also equally important for you to be able to train others, right? Because when you need to demo, you need to know exactly what you're doing. So having said that I do train a lot, like go to different classes, Broadway Center, go to Alvin Ailey for, like, you know, like the contemporary styles, and also go to Brick House. So all these classes, I think they offer a lot of different styles. So I think going and training yourself also makes me be a student back again. Again, just not this, and even going in the community, there are so many classes that happens. You know, whenever I get a free time when I don't have my regular classes, I always love to go and attend these classes to train myself to be a student back again, because that is something really important that goes back to, again, starting from fresh and start, because that is required. Because otherwise, every time you're like in a go, you're like, oh, tomorrow what am I teaching my student? Today what am I teaching my student? Constantly you're creating something. So you need a pause there. You need to like rebuild yourself by going and learning and being a student back again and learning. So I think that's what helps. And I would say that every teacher should do that, that they should train, take a pause with their teaching, go and train themselves. And then again, you know the drill.
Yeah.
Teach back again. Yes.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that is actually, it actually makes sense, because sometimes people wonder like, oh, how is she teaching us so much, but where is she learning all this from? Like, where is this whole vocabulary coming from? Like that.
Correct.
But
Yes.
obviously, you are a dance director, so yeah. So
Yeah,
now,
I think being up
Yeah.
with the whole trend is very important.
Yeah.
Like, you know, of what people like and what is it that everyone's vibing more for. You know, like I said, suddenly you said that, you know, you've been doing a lot of old school songs, like, you know, throwback songs.
Yeah.
Because I think that is what is vibing more. Because, and also I feel that is, the old songs has a different vibe altogether, and then the musicality is different. So that is what is bringing people to come back to class again.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just like, it's like initially it used to be training, like how the art was appreciated, the way it came to people, and now it's about keeping up the trends, keeping up with the trends.
With the
None of them is wrong, none of them is like
Yes,
incorrect, but it's
yes.
just that how the world is right now. What do you think about that? Like,
I think
either
you
or.
had spoken about this even
Yeah.
in your podcast. I think I'd seen this about,
Yeah.
you know, like how people like to do just the trend, and then what about the whole process of learning?
Yeah.
You know, like if they just keep doing the trend. I think both has their good and bad, I feel, because I think it is important because, people like to do all these small trends and then, just post it on Instagram because that's what is trending. And then there are other set of people where they want to learn from basic and they don't care whether it's trending or it's not trending because they are there, like I said, for the teacher, for the choreography, for to learn something new. So, I think both are good, I would say. Like, I mean, it just depends on what you want to choose for yourself.
Yeah, and then also we have to work with how the world is working. So go with the flow with that.
Yes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Even if you like it or you don't like it, you have to just go with the flow. You like the trend, you have to do it.
So now that you've achieved so much, Ani, like, do you sit back and think about like your times when you actually started this entire journey, starting from zero till like being a dance director, achieving so much in life? How do you want to articulate that in like your short story?
I think I would say taking a pause and thinking back of how I've grown as a person also, I think is a very big thing because I am, like I said, I might be very loud in class, but in general, I am very emotional. Me feel really blessed to be able to explore more, to be able to be giving so much, and thinking back of how I started and to now being that strong person of what I was before and what I am now is, I think, is what has made me feel this, I guess. Yeah.
So you truly have carried your roots, however you have moved to this way, and I feel like deep down your original training that you've gone through in your like very beginning years.
Yeah, I think that has
that's very
really helped me
important. Yeah.
because back in India, I've been trained with Shamak Dawa Institute for Performing Arts. I've taken classes all over India, like going to different cities. I think from then that is what has made me confident. Also, is because traveling to different cities, exploring more, going and teaching different students, and understanding what they like, what they don't like. I think that is what has helped me be this person. I would say training is the most important word, and I think I've got the best training to be able to achieve where I am right now and to be able to teach. So I have learned through the years with different teachers myself as a student. So that is what has helped me be the person that I am right now and to be able to be a dance director and to be teaching here in New York and New Jersey.
Yeah. Kudos to you. Congratulations on all of that.
Thank
That
you.
is a hell of a journey that you
Yes.
have gathered and captured all these years. So
Yeah.
yay!
Yeah,
Yay
it's,
to
it's
Ani.
been it's been an unforgettable memories that I've had.
Yeah.
Back then, back here, I think it's truly amazing of how it's all come into one place. But
Yeah.
it's all good. It's all good energy, good things I'm taking back so that to give students more better things now. Yeah.
It's like if you are healed, if you
Yes.
are positive, if you
Yeah,
are
yeah.
in your mindfulness, that's when you can give that to others so that they can
Exactly
like,
what we
brush
spoke
off.
today.
Yeah, you can.
The mindfulness, the healing.
Yeah.
I think everything that you said.
Yep, it's very important, and we see that in your class. And I'm sure a lot of your students are going to connect with whatever you're saying. And I hope you grow more and more community in your coming years, in your coming days.
Yes. Thank
And
you.
one last question that I want to ask you is that, what is between the counts for you?
I think between the counts for me is a pause and a rebuild. Like you rebuild yourself. Take a pause, take a minute, take a breather, and then start again. I think that is very important because like everyone gets so stressed in life, like I mean including me, including you, anyone. So I think taking a pause and breathing through it and then coming up, which is again fresh, I would say. Like that's why I'm saying the word rebuild is like you rebuild yourself to be able to process all what was happened and then you start fresh.
Yeah.
So I took a pause. I understood like what is it that is going wrong, what is it that I can help to make it better, or things like that. So then I rebuilt myself to be able to understand, and like you said, like everybody needs that. Again, let's go back to the same thing of being appreciated, being warm, being loving, being caring, being there for the person, for your people. That is very, very important.
Yeah.
And this is no matter what, wherever you walk in, that becomes your safe space. Like, it is important.
Lovely. Also, like you carry that aura that
Yes.
every place should be.
Yes,
should
yes.
feel like a safe space.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I think that is the most important thing I feel, and that's what I think students like to connect, because rather than just being very focused on getting the choreography right, doing this right, they're all here to have fun. I mean, of course, even we are there to have fun, right? So the whole point of being able to learn at the same time have fun is that's two different things to be mixed and to be taught that and to bring out that safe space to them. So
Yeah.
that is really important.
Yeah, yep. What is the one last message or an important message you want to give out to your students, to the people who are like learning to dance, who are beginners or who are like pros? Like, what is one message as a dance director, as a dancer yourself, you want to
Yes.
give out to the world?
I think one thing that I would like to say is don't stop yourself and don't put yourself down, because you never know what you're good at, right? So, like, I mean, honestly, Dhruvi, you are doing amazing with your podcast. Like, I didn't even know that this is something that you can do on your own. I think before when you just came and we were talking about it and you were like, I myself didn't know that I would be starting with something called as podcast, and you are doing amazing with it. Like,
Thank you.
so confident. This is something new that you're doing. So I think that is what I would tell my students or any dancer, that do something new that you never know. Maybe you're good at it, so just go for it. I think it'll eventually give you an answer. And for all the dancers, just train yourself. It's very important. For the teachers as well, train yourself, dance it out, see what is that new that you're teaching your students, what is that new that you're bringing to table, and how are you educating yourself with dance. So that is, I think, very important.
Thank you so
And I
much,
will
Annie.
also promise myself to do that, because between all of this of running behind the show and teaching every day, there is something that I have also not done, right? So I had stopped my training because I was doing all of this, and now that I have I have taken a break from teaching, so I'm going to train myself and then get back to dancing again. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
is
of course.
important for
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
to train yourself, to recover with your body. That is again another thing, that you need a pause to start again fresh.
Yeah, and like whatever, like I know you saying that you're taking a break, which is not really a break. You're gonna be
Yes.
back in like 2 days again, but
I'm going to Austin.
Yeah. No, it's
We are
like-
here for Dhruvi,
Yeah.
for her podcast. And thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
You're doing amazing. Continue to do this, and wishing you all the luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ani.
Thank
so
you.
guys, try to understand and try to take all the knowledge and all the what's it called, all the good things that Ani has to say over here, and also things that you need to realize as a dancer or as a human being in general. Like, don't beat yourself up, just do whatever you need to do, and your body has this natural capacity to understand what you're feeling. So
Yes.
just go with the flow and
Flow.
just enjoy your life, man. Just dance
I
it out.
know. Dance it out.
All right, guys, this was episode 15 with Ani Prakash, and we loved having her. Thank you so
Yes.
much for being on the episode.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, I'll see you guys later.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.